Direct News TV. November 23, 2023. From drought to deluge, Kenyan villagers reel from floods. Days after floodwaters swallowed her home in eastern Kenya, Fatuma Hassan Gumo waded through thigh-deep murky water to collect her only remaining possessions, floating utensils. Flash floods from the Tana River in Garissa, a county on the border with Somalia, forced the 42-year-old fruit vendor to flee at night from her submerged home built from mud and corrugated metal sheets to the nearest dry land with her family of 12, including 7 children. They are among thousands of people left homeless and destitute by torrential rains that have lashed much of Kenya, killing more than 70 people. The Horn of Africa, only slowly emerging from a devastating drought that left millions hungry, is experiencing heavy rainfall and floods linked to the El Niño weather phenomenon. The latest disaster has claimed dozens of lives and caused large-scale displacement in Kenya as well as Somalia and Ethiopia. "The waters have ruined everything," a distressed Gumo said as she folded her soaked hijab, oblivious to the health risks from the overflowing pit latrine next to her. "My life is in a very bad state right now." At a camp for the displaced hurriedly set up near an aid agency's warehouse in the heart of Garissa town, Mwana Juma Hassan sat outside her white domed tent, her eyes downcast. "Eating here has become a luxury," she said. "We don't know when we will eat the next meal." It is the 4th time the 37-year-old widow has been displaced by floods in less than a decade, and the latest downpour has washed away her watermelon farm, her only source of income. Along with her teenage daughter, Hassan said they plan to return home after the water recedes, fearing starvation at the camp. Several communities are isolated as thousands of homes have been destroyed or damaged by floods that struck at least 33 of Kenya's 47 counties, killing more than 70 people and displacing many across the East African nation. People carry their belongings while crossing the section of a road collapsing due to flash floods at the Mwingi-Garissa Road near Garissa. "The damaged road has brought a lot of problems, food has become scarce and the cost of living has gone up," community leader Dagon Haji said. "The price of 1 kilogram of sugar has risen to 250 shillings, over $1.60, when it cost 150 before the rains." The floods have hit at a time when most of the Garissa's 800,000 people are suffering from food insecurity and rely on international aid. Mohammed Dubao, Garissa County Director for Special Programs, said at least 200,000 people are forecast to be affected by the flooding, with the Tana River already at about 3 meters, 10 feet, above normal levels. Fatuma Hassan, 42, tries to collect some of her belongings at the inundated area where she lives following flash floods in Garissa. Humanitarian agencies and environmental campaigners have called for more financing to build the resilience of developing nations to the expensive consequences of climate change. This vicious cycle makes it nearly impossible for these communities to maintain any economic progress they have achieved, said Kuno Sheikh Abdi, country director for U.S. development charity Mercy Corps. A girl looks on in front of the shelter where she lives with her family at an internally displaced people (IDP) camp, one of 14 set up in Garissa in 2 weeks, housing more than 7,000 people. There are growing concerns that the poor sanitary conditions and lack of clean water in camps could spread disease. Scientists say climate change has made weather extremes worse around the world, including in the Horn of Africa, which just months ago, was experiencing the worst drought in 40 years. At least 130 people have died in Ethiopia, Kenya and Somalia following heavy rains that triggered what aid agencies described as flooding seen only once every 100 years. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.